Hey everybody, Brett from Stars Gaming here, back with the next part of our Minecraft Ancient Warfare Let's Play. So I've been sort of slaving away at the boardwalk that we've got running through and under and all over our city, expanding it, and you can see I started to lay out some buildings here. And so today we're going to finish this building right here, which is going to be the Fishery, because you can't have a city based on Riften and not have a fishery. Especially when you're building it over a lake like this. So let me just show you kind of what I did. Not a whole lot over here other than I just finished the fencing, so this is all fenced off now. This is still open. This I believe already was fenced off during the live stream, but it is fully fenced off now, and all of these stairways, most of the stairways are fenced off. I forgot this one. And so we've got another staircase coming down here to whatever this building will be and whatever these buildings will be. And then I've got this little drop off here so that I can actually place blocks flat on this, because as you see they float on that one. And so this is going to be sort of like our dock slash, I don't know, we're just going to have like boats and stuff here because this river goes pretty far from what I saw. I think it goes like all the way past our other city, maybe? No, it seems to go off in that direction, but it's still a really large and long river. So we've already checked out that city, by the way, so I'm not going to go scope it out. But yeah, we'll put like some, I don't know what to call them other than docks, but like little smaller ones that jut out from this that have like boats attached and stuff like that. But yeah, so today we're going to build the fishery, and it's going to be a two-story building in this little, let's see, what is it? It's 9 by 9, I guess, a 9 by 9 square. I still want to figure out how to link up this part because I want these stairs to come down to this, but I don't want them to block this path off. So if I just built the stairs straight down, they'd eventually, you know, like end right here, and then you wouldn't be able to walk this way. So I want them to come down just past it, or either come out and then down alongside it, so that you can go down the stairs and get to this lower section without making the lower section blocked. But yeah, so let's get out our... We were using spruce logs, weren't we? Or no, we were using acacia logs for the actual building. So let's get some of those out. And so I thought what we'd do is we'll do 2 regular doors on these sides. We'll do a couple up there as well. And then on this side we'll have a larger roll-up door. So we're going to leave this nice and open. I'm not sure how big we're going to do the roll-up door yet, but I assumed we'd do at least 5 wide. That might be too big, but we'll see. And then, how do I want to do the... Should I do a oak wood log across the base of the second floor? Let's see. I could do something like this. Just so that the oak looks like support beams and the acacia looks like the actual, like, walls. I don't know. What did I do over here? I think that's what I did on this one. I can't tell. Let's go inside. You might be able to see. No, it's actually acacia all the way around, but I think it should be oak because we've got oak beams connecting to it. So we'll do oak over here, and then I'll remember to go back and fix that so that we remain consistent throughout all the buildings. So, yeah, we're working on this one. Let's go ahead and bring that across. And we'll do the same here. And once more here. There we go. Okay, so more acacia. Let's build these walls up. And I actually need to bring these along the bottom here like that. Actually, I don't think they need to be that far down. I think right here is probably fine. Oops. Oh, we got a... Excuse me. We have a zombie somewhere. But yeah, so this will be one of our functional buildings in Ancient Warfare. We'll put the fishing block in here somewhere, and we'll have NPCs gathering fish for us. Let's get these opened up. But again, I don't know how soon we can actually start moving the NPCs in, because until the entire town is fenced off from the water, the NPCs will just continue to drown themselves, and then that's a huge waste of resources to continually either build them or have somebody revive them constantly. So I'm just not going to deal with it until we're ready. So, I mean, I apologize if you're looking forward to us getting back into that. It will happen eventually, just not until the city is built safe enough to have NPCs in it, which you know, before we were building on flat land, so it didn't really matter. Here they can fall and drown. They can fall and drown just about anywhere. And even over there where I had it pretty well fenced off, he managed to fall in somewhere and die. So I'm just not going to risk it at this point. But as I said, we will be getting into it eventually. So just try to hang with me here. Let's bring these all up just slightly. Now, let's see. We want a doorway here. So let's do this. Knock that out. Oops. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Wrong button. Okay. So we'll have a door here, windows, and we'll do the same on this side. This side will not have a door because I don't think there's going to be anything up here to... Actually, what I could do is I could bring this out alongside this, and then right about here I could start bringing... Or even I could bring it all the way down to here so that you can overlook the docks, and then do like a spiral staircase off on this side. However, I'd really like to leave this open for building a new building, I guess. So I don't know if that's something I want to commit to just yet, because I would like to have most of that open for a new structure. And then we'll do a window here, we'll do a window here, and we'll do a window here. I don't know how tall I'll be able to do these. It might just have to be 1 block tall. So I want to keep the ceilings fairly low in this part of the city. So whether or not we do a door on this side, I'm going to hold off on deciding. But we'll lay it out as if we were going to do windows for now, and then we can obviously just knock out the extra block if we need to. So if we do a door, we'll just punch that out. And now over here, we're definitely going to have a door. So we'll leave it open. Oh, it's starting to get dark. Let's just get this finished, and then we'll hit the sack. Okay, there and there. Now, as always, I'm more than open to suggestions for what other buildings we should have in this city. I should have closed that behind me. Whoops. Because obviously this will need some purpose. We've already decided that the quarry will go underneath the castle. I still need ideas for what should be in the castle. We decided on doing bedrooms up in the upper floors here. But as far as what the larger rooms downstairs will be, nobody's really offered any suggestions as far as I can remember. So I'll definitely need some thoughts on those, because we will need to fill them with something. Okay, so that is the exterior of the fishery, or at least so far. Now what we're going to do here is start to floor it off, but I don't think I want to floor off the entire thing. We're going to leave a small opening just like we've done down here. I don't know that the Ancient Warfare fishing block will let me put like one above another and have them fish down like that. But either way, I'd like to leave it open just so you can see down there. I think that would be pretty cool. And we sort of did the same thing in our original fishery in the other town. Although that was a much different style of building. Or, I mean, they were sort of similar, but they didn't have the two-tiered decks outside, so. Let's see, if I bring this in tighter, it's going to be like one block open, isn't it? Yeah. That's kind of pointless, I feel like. So we'll do that, and we'll need fences around this to keep people from falling in, which doesn't leave a lot of room for other things in here, but that's fine. And then down here we'll need the same. But I'm going to leave one of these spots open, probably this one, because we'll need to place the block there. Yeah, unfortunately, this should have been a larger building, and the other fishery was a much larger building, but at the same time, there was a lot of wasted space in that one as well, because I wanted the opening bigger. Alright, so let's start on the roof now. And we've been using spruce stairs, so we'll continue with that theme. But I'm actually going to bring this up one, just so I can build directly onto it, rather than building above it. So we'll go like that, and then we'll bring the acacia all the way across. Ah, come on. And then from this, we'll just throw the stairs on the front of them and across the tops. And that'll make it a lot easier for me to start the roof. So now I can just go like this. Okay. So I suppose I'll probably make... Well, I mean, you guys will know for sure because you'll see it, but I'm probably going to make a cut here and cut out some of this repetitive block placement because this isn't a... Well, it's sort of a Let's Build series, but it's not solely a Let's Build series. So I don't want to show nothing but building, although that's probably all we're going to get to today. I just don't want to show a lot of the repetitive stuff that entails. So yeah, I'll make a cut here and come back when I'm done. You know what, guys? I'm looking at it, and I feel like this style of roof is just too boring and too similar to everything else we have here. So I'm actually going to scrap most of it. And we're going to do a style of roof that's a lot similar to what we've done on the other fishery. And what I mean by... Well, I'll show you in a second what I mean by that, because it'll be a little bit hard to describe, but it's pretty easy to show you. I think I can leave the corner blocks. But what I'm going to do is... Well, I need to knock the rest of this out too, don't I? So rather than have it just all taper to a point, I'm going to bring them into like 4 triangles, basically 1 triangle on every side. And actually that's going to be a little bit taller than I prefer. So we'll go like this, I think. And I mean, you'll see what I'm doing here in a second. And then we'll do, oops, one like that. Okay, and so what we're gonna do, if I can get rid of some of this, is, let's see, we'll have basically like 4 open-faced roofs, 1 on every side. And let me just kind of like finish mocking this up, and then I'll zoom out and show you. That needs to be a slab. And let's see, I think this needs to be... This is always a tricky style of roof to do, and so I'm probably not doing it 100% correct. But we'll find out in a second here. Okay, so we're gonna do something like this, and then on every side will do the same thing, and so the roof will come to sort of a cross in the middle rather than a point. And I think that'll just break up the, I don't know, the uniformity, I guess, of it. Like, every single roof we have here is just a standard, like, triangular pyramid style roof. And so I think this will be a nice change from that. And it'll just sort of keep with the theme that we used for the other fishery as well, because this is the first, or the other fishery was the first building that we used this style of roof on. So, actually I think I used it on the tavern build we did a while back as well. In the previous city we built we had like a sort of like mini let's build on one of the taverns in the city. And I used a similar style roof, I believe. And so what we'll do here is that needs to go down one. And then, actually that should be like that. And then I can continue these all horizontally. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Knock that out. Do the same thing here. And this is a much smaller building than the previous fishery, as I sort of mentioned before. So this roof won't be as gigantic as it was on the other fishery. I think the tavern ended up pretty large as well, just because this requires the building to be a lot taller than it would normally be in order to do this kind of design. As you can tell, I had to bring every single wall up 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. So yeah, definitely taller than what we had used. And we'll continue this up and out. And so I'm just going to get the 4 walls, the 4 outer parts done. And then I will make a cut here and fill in the center on my own time, so you guys don't need to watch that. But I just want to give you an idea of what I'm doing in case you can't really tell from the one I mocked up. Just get rid of all of this, really. It's kind of all in the way. Oops. One of those is supposed to stay, I think. There we go. So let's actually just, wow, I cannot, I'm getting like very, very small frame rate hiccups. I don't know if you can see it. I think it's just due to it being so hot in my room. Again, I live in Southern California and it's the middle of summer right now, so my computer tends to not overheat, but definitely warm up a little bit more than normal, because it's about 86 degrees in my room now, even with my fan blowing right at me. And so the computer's fan starts to fire up, and the computer starts to not bog down, but it just doesn't run quite as smoothly as it normally does. And so you'll probably notice a difference between my videos posted in the summer and the winter, because it'll be considerably cooler in here and the computer won't have to cool itself off so much. Let's get to bed. Excuse me. It's also very, very dry in here as well, and it's not helping my throat at all. I'm going to have to drink some green tea after this. By the way, if you ever decide to do your own like YouTube stuff, if you start doing Let's Plays or whatever, green tea with honey is like the best thing for your throat after you record. I drink it all the time. My girlfriend even helped me brew like a giant batch of it, just so I always have it in the fridge. And we put a bunch of like honey, and I even used some like guava nectar in it, just to sweeten it up, you know. But it feels so much better in your throat when it starts to get raw, which you know, I record in batches, so by the end of a batch, you know, I've been recording for maybe as many as 2 or 3 hours, just talking nonstop. And I don't talk a whole lot when I'm not recording. I'm not like the most vocal person, so my vocal cords in my throat definitely aren't accustomed to that sort of workload, and that definitely helps. Oops. Okay. So let's bring this up. as we did before, and I'm already over here, so let's just finish this off. This is a very, I really like this style of roof, and I don't see a lot of people use it. It can be kind of tricky, just because of the way the corners meet, and so you get this awkward spot here, and what I do is I just throw a slab there just to fill it. We've got another one there. And what you can do is if you have like an even, the problem with this is I usually use odd numbered buildings, or odd numbered like dimensions. So this is 9 by 9, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so it's a 9 by 9. This is a lot easier to do on an even numbered side wall. So if it had been like 8 by 8, this would actually come to a point together, and you wouldn't need the awkward slabs in the middle. Not that they look bad or anything, it's just you have to place like 3 of them, so it looks kind of funky sometimes, because it's, you know, it's thicker than what the rest of this would be. But yeah, if you do this on even numbered block wall, these two will meet in the middle, and then you won't have that there. So let's see, is that, let's do the same thing on this side over here. Oops. Let's do it here, just so you know what I'm talking about, in case you didn't catch the other ones. And I guess I'll make a cut here and fill in the center, because that's going to take quite a while. And you guys probably don't need to see me place a bunch of blocks. So I will be back when I am done. Alright guys, so we've got the initial, part done here, so they all taper up into each other. The only thing left to do is fill this in, but before I do that, I want to show you something I like to do to just sort of make this a little bit more interesting from the inside. And what I like to do is I like to punch these out, and then I like to run oak wood logs across them, because again, I really think that making your buildings look like they could actually support themselves really adds to the appearance of your buildings. Even in Minecraft, you can place a block like this, knock it out, and it'll stay there, and everybody knows that. But it still adds to the realism of the building if you're able to do something like this where it looks like it's being supported. And so I always try to do that when I can. And this style of roof really lends itself to that, because you can do exactly what I did up there, which is just do like a little cross beam. And I'm just gonna, sort of continue the taper of the roof with the stairs on the inside, just to smooth it out. And I apologize if you're getting dizzy or something here. Creative mode used to bother me for that reason. The flying around and the awkward controls used to bug me, but not anymore. Again, I've been playing Minecraft for a really long time, so I've gotten used to it by now. But as I've said 1,000 times, I am no Minecraft expert. I just enjoy the game, and I have played it for a long time. And actually, with that being the way it is, we can make these windows taller. So we can do something like that, and we could even punch out like little windows up here to let more light in. So let's go outside and see how that looks. Oh, we forgot to finish the actual top, so then I just fill this in with slabs. And actually what you can do is in the center you can place down a full block like that. I think on the one in the other city we also had some kind of like flare coming off these. There was like some stairs or something, so we could do something like that. It won't work very well in this particular spot, so I'm just going to leave it. But yeah, you can do something on the edges of the roofs just to make them more interesting. But yeah, there's our little fishery hut. We still need to work on the interior and finish all the doors and windows. So let's go ahead and do as much of that as we can. And I'm going to use light gray stained glass as I've been using. We may use a different color stained glass for the upper windows up here, but I just like these because they're Still more or less transparent. You can still see through them, but from a distance, it actually looks like there's a window there and not just an open hole, which the clear glass sort of does. So let's get this all filled in. And now one thing we didn't do on this building that we did on a few of the others is we didn't add the dark oak shutters, which I am a fan of these right here. I don't know that I want to do it here though, because the dimensions of this building are much different. And so if I did that, the shutter would also look like it was connected to the door, which I think would be a little bit awkward. So yeah, we're going to skip it for now. I think we got all of them. Oh, we didn't do the lower ones. So we got those. We should have windows on this, oops, on this side as well. Just because, why not? And then over here there aren't going to be any because this is where the roll-up door is going to go. And so let's do one of these. We'll place it there. Like that. And then we can roll that up. And I don't know if I like it that wide, but I'll leave it for now. We can always narrow it later. And then let's get our doors placed. 2, we're not going to do one on that side. I do need to fill that in though. There we go. And then up we go. Let's throw these down here. And then finally, let's get some torches out. And I'll throw one on every corner here. Oops. Again, I wish I'd built this slightly bigger. Just because I don't like having 1 block wide walkways. Although this is more like 1 1/4, 1 1/3 or something. Something to that effect, but still, it's awfully narrow for what I usually like to do. Okay, so now that that's all lit, I'm going to take advantage of this being open. And we will make a little chandelier in the center. And so, let's see, I'll just do maybe 1. No, we'll do 2. We'll have it 2 down like that. Because there's plenty of room in the middle here. It's not going to get too close to any side. And again, I forget who suggested this on the live stream, but somebody suggested I do the trapdoors on the sides of the glowstone. And I really like the way it ends up looking, so thank you for that, whoever suggested it. I'm sorry I can't remember your name, but there was a handful of people making suggestions on the live stream, so I'm kind of blanking. And then for the upper part, we could continue to use the green stained glass. So I think we will for now. I should probably do a pane though, shouldn't I? Actually, you know what? We'll do the full... Oh, I'm stuck. Whoops. Whoa. Oh. Okay, sorry about that, guys. The game sort of like locked up for a second. I think it's probably due again to the heat. So let's get these placed, and then we'll get to bed. And then we'll take a look at the finished product in the daylight. I really need to get moved into the castle, because that's supposed to be like my new player home. This is just temporary until we turn this into an actual functioning inn. Alright, so actually I don't like the green stained glass there. So before we end the episode, let's get these swapped out, and I'll just use what I used for the rest of the windows. Because I do quite like the look of those. And you know, it could just be that they are, that they're not, why am I blanking on the word? That they're not panes, they're glass blocks, but I don't mind this look at all. And from a distance, I think it looks better because the green was too hard to tell what it was. These look like windows. So yeah, there is our finished fishery. I'm gonna make a cut here and see how much time we have, and if we have a little bit of time left, we'll sort of add some decorations to the outer part. If not, then we'll just go ahead and break off the episode. But yeah, I'll be back in just a minute. Yeah, so as I expected, we're actually very much out of time. So, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I added a handy dandy little watermark to the bottom right of the video that you can click to do those things. You can also do it just above the description and just underneath the video, as always. But once again, thank you for watching. And I will see you guys back here for part... Let's see, I think this was 42. So 43 of our Minecraft Ancient Warfare Let's Play.